Hey, what's up? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Derrick. Not too long ago, we decided to make a change and live a healthy lifestyle. I decided that I want to put on muscle and gain mass, just get overall better in shape. I'm not looking to be a bodybuilder or anything crazy like that. Just normal little dude trying to get in shape and make my body look better.
And I'm just trying to shed some pounds and get a little bit of muscle.
Since starting it, a lot of our friends noticed that we're starting to look healthier and be healthier, and we're getting a lot of questions on how we meal prep, what we do. And I actually got this idea in part from my sister. She has this whole Word document put together. She lives in Seattle, and whenever people visit, they ask her, "Hey, Catherine, what do I do in Seattle? What is there to do?" She got tired of telling people over and over and over and over again what there is to do in Seattle, so she typed everything up, and every time they ask that question, she copies it, pastes it, and sends it to them. So here's our video on what we do to tell everybody. Hope you enjoy it.
So usually we go shopping about once a week, and we try to buy the same groceries. Sometimes we switch it up a little bit.
Usually we come in about $100 or so, so that's a good gauge of how much it costs to eat healthy and live a healthy lifestyle. Of course, sometimes it's more, other times it ends up being less, but that's right about where you should be expecting to be. It's way cheaper than eating out, eating fast food, buying frozen meals and pizza. It's cheaper than all that stuff. What we'll do is we'll put shopping lists on the screen right here over Rachel's face. You can pause it, screenshot it, write it down.
All right, so let's go shopping.
Close your eyes. I don't wanna be alone tonight. Come alive. I've been looking for a chance to cross the line. I'm not afraid. This could be love. I can't find a word. This could be
So we don't always shop at Whole Foods. We kind of just did it for the video so it looks cool. The whole point of the video is just a cheap, realistic meal prep for the everyday person. I made it a point not to recommend that you buy some crazy meal prep from some online site where they cook for you and send you the meals. That's not what the point of this is.
And we also already had a lot of the ingredients at home. We'll make a list of them on Derrick's face.
So we'll get into what we actually do now, how to actually cook the food. The very first thing we do is we prep. Before we even turn on the oven or anything, we have to prep everything. We cut the chicken and the fish the same way. What we do, we don't cut it straight down because that makes big chunks of meat. We actually cut it at an angle going through the meat, and it makes nice little fillets of meat that are easier to eat.
We cut our veggies, broccoli, asparagus. We also cut up our potatoes. This time I think we did potatoes and sweet potatoes. We bake all of our food instead of frying it on the frying pan. I like it better because it just tastes better. It takes a little bit longer, but to me it tastes better. So we place all of our chicken usually on one sheet and then all the fish on another sheet.
We have our personal preference of seasonings. Of course, not everybody has the same taste palette, so whatever you want, but just for the purposes of the video, we season our chicken with Montreal chicken seasoning, I want to say it's called. It's a McCormick seasoning. We also season it with the Fiesta fajita seasoning. I know we have it in Texas at HEB, and we bought ours at Walmart. I'm not sure if it's everywhere, but this stuff is delicious. You can put it on anything.
It's really good.
Yeah, really good. The tilapia and the salmon, we usually put the Old Bay seafood seasoning on that. It's pretty good for any kind of fish.
I like lemon pepper.
And she likes lemon pepper. I'm not the biggest fan. It's a little much for me, but it is good.
We bake all of our protein at 400 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. The fish, though, we do a little bit less than that.
We like to switch out our carbs. We don't do some crazy carb cycling like you'll see online. I honestly don't know too much about it. I need to do some research on carb cycling. I know it's something that's beneficial to your body and your growth and development. But we just rotate in a few different carbs. First one is rice. We cook our rice in a rice cooker. Rachel eats brown rice. I eat white rice. If you don't have a rice cooker, I really recommend getting one. You fill it with what you need, you press a button, and then 10-15 minutes later you come and open it and your rice is cooked. It really doesn't get much easier than that. The rice cooker we have, it has different settings. You can press white rice, brown rice, or you can even steam the vegetables by pressing Smart Steam. So yeah, I really recommend getting one of those. So with the rice, it's pretty universal how to cook rice. It's 1 cup rice, 2 cups water. 1 cup rice, 2 cups water. Just write that into your brain. It's a universal thing. Put it in there, close it, set it, you're good to go. You can put butter and salt in there after it's cooked. Don't quote me on that, but that's what we do. Really just for flavor. It's up to you. I don't like it in mine because you'll notice that when you put rice in the fridge for a week, it starts to get really hard and sticky, and when you put it in the microwave, it doesn't quite soften it up. So I just try whatever I can to keep it clean so that when I open it up, the rice is easy to eat.
So for our potatoes, I cut into little scallops, and I season them with olive oil, Italian seasoning, and some garlic powder. Just gives it a little fun flavor. And I put them in the oven for about 15 minutes, and then I pull them out. I flip them over so I can get the other side, and put them in for another 15 minutes. Sweet potatoes I do a little differently. I still season them the same way. I add a little bit of brown sugar. Just gives them a little bit more of the sweetness. That's optional. And those ones, I don't cut into scallops. Those ones I cut into like little fries. So it's like having sweet potato fries. So those are really good. The sweet potatoes, I do the same amount of time. I do 15 minutes, flip them over, and then 15 more minutes.
Veggies, I like to switch mine up for a little variety. Rachel usually does just broccoli. What we do, the broccoli, we just steam it in our rice cooker with the Smart Steam setting. It's pretty easy. There's not much to it. You can put some butter on it afterwards, some salt, whatever you want to flavor it. She just eats it straight out of the steamer. I rotate mine. I'll cook asparagus. I cut it into thirds, so I'll cut it in 3 pieces, saute it in a pan. Sauteing it really brings out the flavor, makes it taste a lot better. You can steam your asparagus, you can bake your asparagus. There are many ways to cook it. I just like to saute it. It tastes really good. I put a whole bunch of seasoning salt on it. Not sure if I should be doing that, but I do.
Whatever makes it taste better?
Yep, whatever makes it taste better. But put some olive oil in there and saute it. Occasionally I will use coconut oil. It's a odorless, tasteless oil. It's just a little different just to switch it up. The other vegetable that I'll do is kale. Everybody knows that kale is known as a power food. It's really good for you. It has like 2,000% your daily value of all kinds of vitamins. I saute that as well. Again, there are all kinds of ways to cook kale. I don't really season it with anything. Every now and then I'll throw something on it, but I kind of just mix it with my rice and eat it. It's not the best tasting stuff in the world, but it's really good for you. And you have to keep in mind that there is a difference between baby kale and adult kale. If you go to the store and buy baby kale, is it a vegetable? Is it good for you? Of course, but it's not as good as adult kale. It has a lot more nutrients in it, so just keep that in mind.
When we are finally done with everything and we're ready to put our meals together, we use these containers. Got them on Amazon.
She actually happens to work for Amazon. She's not advertising for you to go on Amazon and buy these exact meal prep containers. Just letting y'all know how we ended up with these containers. Get you pointed in the right direction.
So we put all of our protein protein in the smaller part, and our carbs and our veggies in the bigger part. So for me, what I do is I have 4 ounces of protein, whether that be chicken or fish, and he gets 8 ounces.
I do 8 ounces protein, a cup and a half of carbs, and then 6 to 8 sticks of asparagus, and I'm not sure of the exact measurement of kale. I actually have my meal plan personally made for me by my friend Dane. I'm not sure what his Instagram handle is. I'll put it right here. Follow the dude. He's very knowledgeable in fitness and health, and he's also pretty shredded. So check the dude out.
And for me, other than the 4 ounces of protein, I do half cup of carbs and half cup of veggies.
If you didn't notice, my portions are double, if not more, her portions. That's because we have very, very, very different fitness goals. I'm trying to gain weight, she's trying to lose weight. So if you're a couple and you have different fitness goals and you're eating the same thing as each other every night, you are doing the wrong thing. If you're trying to lose weight, you need to be at a caloric deficit. You need to be burning more calories than you eat during the day. So you should probably either eat less or you should start working out more. If you're trying to gain weight, in general, it's the opposite. I'm not going to say that you're going to gain weight if you eat more calories than you burn. That's not the case, especially for guys like me with a really fast metabolism.
I get full for my meals, so it's plenty to eat.
And I have trouble finishing my meals. So when we put all of our stuff into the meal prep containers, when we portion everything out, we don't use a small counter space and just do one meal at a time. We have a big table in our dining room. Big, I say big, but we live in an apartment. So we have a table in our dining room, and we lay every container out at once, and we just, a little bit at a time, put one part of our meal in, another part of our meal in, until our meals are built completely. Then we'll put the lids on, stack them all up, put them in the fridge. Every now and then, we'll get a little Snapchat before we put it in the fridge, just so people know that we're eating healthy.
I get really bored of my meals sometimes, so lately we've been mixing up the meals a little bit. So I'll do potatoes with chicken seasoning, and then I'll do sweet potatoes with lemon pepper chicken, or rice with fish. So mixing them up makes it not so boring.
And whenever we portion them out, we'll usually put chicken in number 1, chicken in number 2, rice, or fish in number 3, fish in number 4. So when you stack them up, they're going to be chicken, chicken, fish, fish. So before you put in the fridge, just mix up the stack a little bit so that when you go and grab it in the morning, you got fish one day, the next day you're grabbing chicken instead of chicken, 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 3 days. Fish.
That's all we've got. Keep in mind, we're not fitness models or health professionals, but we're just normal people trying to give some good advice.
If you liked what you saw and you want to learn more, we definitely have plenty more to share with everybody. Just let us know. I actually do happen to know a good amount about fitness. I learned a lot from my dad, who is college educated on fitness and health. So just let me know if you have any questions about anything like that. For now, that's all we have. We're going to go get a little workout in, work up a good sweat, and we'll see y'all later.